over there. You see nobody's face. Mikhail, that one is pointed to someone over there. Mm.
The light.
Yes. Just turn it.
Towards you?
Yes. More, more, more. More. Yeah. That should do it. All right. Shalom. Shalom, everyone, and welcome once again to Just a Word, another weekly Shabbat teaching. Today we are going to be looking at something very important. Very, very important. Why is that so loud? Yeah, something very, very, very important. The sound on that, the radio is too loud. I don't know what is causing it. Mikhail, can you pass that iPod for me again, please? Too loud, too loud. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about the delay. Sorry about the delay. And I think it's coming from here, not here. Then if not here, then where? I don't know or understand why. Probably because of... All right, let me see something. Let me disconnect and go back on. I see why it is so loud. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh man. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, take time, put it down. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. All right. So that's the best that we can do. Yes. So we are going to be looking today at something very, very important, and that is time, the calendar, the feasts, because we have been having several people have been asking us and have been asking us for some time about the times that we keep for the feast. And let me just give a disclaimer here. We are not telling anyone that we have everything perfect and correct. We are not even telling you that we have the right time. We won't tell you that. What we do, we give you different variables and tell you why we see what we see, and leave everything to you. As the word says, prove all things and hold fast that which is good. So we have a lot to go through, so we're going to try to do it very quickly, I believe as quickly as we can. And so, without further ado, we begin with the law and the testimony. Let's go to Isaiah 8, verses 20 to 22. We have a lot to go through, so we're gonna probably be going very fast to try to see how we can do it as quickly as possible, because evening is coming and the cold is possibly coming in on us, so we have to try to get out here as soon as possible. Isaiah 8, 20 to 22.
To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
So when we go according to speak about the calendar or time, we have to speak according to the law and the testimony. It cannot be about man and what man says and what man says man said, or what man said man did. We are going according to what is written. And you will see us today focusing on the word, as to what the word says about the timing that the Most High gave his people to keep. Read Isaiah 8:20 again, please.
To the law and to the testimony, If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And they shall pass through it, hardly bestead and hungry. And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves. They shall fret themselves, and curse their king and their allure, and look upward.
So this, you can get some little things about this on the calendar, as it's not specifically made for this, but the law is spiritual and the word is spiritual. So when we see the word, we can extract wisdom from it, because Yahuwah does not change. He says, they shall pass through it hardly bestead and hungry. When people are hungry for the word, that means they do not have the word and they are seeking the word. And he says, when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their allure, and look where?
And they shall look unto the earth.
And look upward. You have to the earth. Oh no. And they shall look upward. What shall they look upward to? They look upward to the heavenlies to get the understanding of the Most High's time. And verse 22 says,
And they shall look unto the earth, and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness.
So this is the end time. It is written, and we're going to look at it in Daniel, when it was prophesied in the end that he shall think to change times and laws. They shall look unto the earth and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness. We do not want to be driven to darkness in seeking this, which is why we are doing this, this teaching here today. We do not want to be those driven to darkness, so we are trying to see if we can figure this thing out. So let's go to the law and to the testimony. Let's go to the Torah. Let's go to the book of Habereshith, Genesis 1, and we'll begin at verses 1 to 5 to see what it tells us about the time. Because this is a foundation. This gives us a framework of the time in Genesis. Go ahead, please.
In the beginning, Yahuwah created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Ruach of Eluah moved upon the face of the waters.
Go on.
And Yahuwah said, Let there be light. And there was light. And Yahuwah saw the light, that it was good. And Yahuwah divided the light from the darkness.
On the radio, it can.
And Yahuwah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
I'm concentrating on the sound. I hear a sound on it. All right. And Yahuwah said, Let there be light, and there was light. And Eluah saw the light, that it was good, and Eluah divided the light from the darkness. This was the first day. He divided the light from the darkness. And verse 5 says, And Eluah called the light what?
Day.
And the darkness he called?
Night.
And the evening and the morning were the first day. So the first day he created day and night. Now this is very important because there is a calendar that they use that they say that the year begins on a Wednesday or Thursday, on a fourth day, Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They say that the year begins on a fourth day because the sun and the moon were created on the fourth day. But day was created on the first day. Remember, 7 days. And the first day, day was created. So let's look at we just look at the creation of light. Let's look at the creation of sources of light. Let's go to Genesis 1, 14 to 16.
And Yahuwah said,
Oh, sorry. I'm not there yet. Continue.
And Yahuwah said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years.
Mm-hmm.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahuwah made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also,
The greater light to do what?
to rule the day.
All right. You see, all of this is the lunar Sabbath. Read Genesis 1:14 to 16, and it destroys it. Let's look. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. So the Wednesday beginning the week is also destroyed here. To divide the day from the night, because the day and the night were created from day one. And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. Now here's the verse. And Yahuwah made two great lights. The greater light to rule the what?
Day.
Day. And the lesser light to do what? Rule the what?
Night.
So the moon is made to rule the night. The moon cannot rule the day. Cannot. Because it is the lesser light. It was made to rule the night. Simple. Simple lunar Sabbath is destroyed here. The greater light to rule the day. And it gets more important when you understand that the Sabbath is in a day. The Sabbath is from sunrise to sunset. That is the day that is ruled by the what?
Sun.
The sun. The Sabbath is not from even to even. When you're from even to even, you can think about a lunar Sabbath maybe and say, oh, even it's not even to even. And we have an article on our website, justtheword.org, and it is entitled, When Does the Sabbath Begin? As a matter of fact, we have several articles, maybe about 10, 12 articles, based on when the Sabbath begins, proving when the Sabbath actually begins. You can check that out, please. All right? So the fact that the Sabbath begins in the morning and the sun rules the day shows us that the lunar Sabbath already is debunked. And by the way, we have a teaching on our website called Lunar Sabbath Debunked. You can check that out for different points that debunk several of the claims of the lunar Sabbath. All right. So the sun, the great luminary, rules the day. Let's go to the book of Chanukh. What did I say there? Verse. Chanukh chapter. Where is that? All right, sorry about that. I kind of messed up here. Oh, like this. Yeah, so we're going to go to the book of Chanukh or Enoch, which is the only book that really lays out a calendar for us. And so that is what we get most things from. So I'm here waiting to find out which book in Enoch we are going to look at. And it is Chanukh 73 verse 1. Let me get there, please. Let me go there. All right, Chanukh 73 1. Read this, please.
After this law, I beheld another law of an inferior luminary.
Of a what?
Inferior luminary.
Inferior. How can the moon be ruling everything and it is inferior? Which one? Huh? The sun is male and the moon is female. And I got another inference from it as well. The similitude between Yahusha and Yahuwah. the sun is the superior and the moon is inferior. The Father
And this,
about sovereign over the Son. People want to worship the Son and worship him as the Father. It's the same thing. People want to put the moon and exalt it over the sun. A similar inference. So it's a kind of spirit, and that is why it's a spirit of antimessiah that leads both Yahusha is Yahuwah and the lunar Sabbath. As we have said before. Read 73:1 again, please.
After this law, I beheld another law of an inferior luminary.
Yeah, the screen, I'm seeing it. That's missing. Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead. All right. We did that already. So the order of days started from creation. The calendar starts on the 4th day. That's what we're going to look at. There are some people who use the sign of Jonah that says in Matthew 12:39 and 40 when Hamashiach said this. Matthew 12:39 to 40.
But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to change the port because I hear a sound on the... Go again, please.
From which part?
Read it again, as the last verse that you read.
For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth.
All right, sounds better now. Yeah, so they are saying that the 3 days and 3 nights, that Yahusha, and that is what they used to construct the calendar, to say that the calendar must begin on a Wednesday, and that the feast days are fixed and cannot fall on a Sabbath. But if we go to John 19:31, we see otherwise.
And the Jews therefore, because it was the preparation, that the body should not remain upon the stake on the Shabbat day, for that Shabbat day was an high day, besought Pilate that their legs might be broken, and that they might be taken away.
That quotation that they gave us there, for that Sabbath day was an high day. A high day is a feast day. So the Sabbath day clashed with a feast day in that time. And this is what we tell people, that the Sabbath could clash with a high day. It can clash with a new moon day. It does not have to be an absolute day. All right, and we're going to look more into that as we go on. So the new moon and the Shabbat, can they be on the same day? Because they like to point you to Ezekiel 46, verse 1. Read it, please.
Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, the gate of the inner court that looketh towards the east shall be shut the 6 working days. But on the Shabbat it shall be opened, and in the day of the new moon it shall be opened.
So what they say, they are saying that this is exclusive. But this is not so. On the Shabbat it shall be opened, and in the day of the new moon it shall be opened. There's nothing there that says it is totally exclusive. Because if you look, and another thing that they point out is that both of them have sacrifices. But if you look at the sacrifices of the new moon and the Shabbat, you will see that they are only slightly different. For example, for the Shabbat, it might say 2 rams and a lamb. And for the new moon, it might say 2 rams, 3 lambs, and 1 bullock. It's just additions. Okay? And we have to also bear in mind that in the temple, the priests in the temple, they did sacrifices continually. So not because it says this is a sacrifice of the Sabbath, they have to do sacrifice that Sabbath and it's over. It's a continual sacrifice. They have the continual burnt offering. They have other offerings. They have offerings that people give when people sin. They come with their offerings. It's a continual process. All right? So what does the law of sacrifice reveal? Ezekiel 46 verse 4.
And the burnt offering that the prince shall offer unto Yahuwah in the Sabbath day shall be 6 lambs without blemish, and a ram without blemish.
I'm just giving you an example. So we have 6 lambs and a ram for the Sabbath. And go to verse 6. 6 lambs and a ram. Let's go to verse 6 for the new moon.
And in the day of the new moon it shall be a young bullock without blemish,
And 6 lambs and a ram. So the only difference is a bullock. That's the difference. If you go into Torah, it's more of a difference in that the amount of lambs is more. I don't know if we went into that. Yeah, I don't think so. Now, if you go to verse 5, you see the meat offering. Go to the meat offering for the Sabbath.
And the meat offering shall be an ephah of a ram, and the meat offering for the lambs, as he shall be able to give, and an hin of oil to an ephah.
So for the Sabbath, it's an ephah for a ram. Let's see what it is in verse 7 for the new moon.
And he shall prepare a meat offering, an ephah for a bullock, and an ephah for a ram, and for the lambs according as his hand shall attain unto, and an hin of oil to an ephah.
All right, so that's the only difference is an ephah for a bullock is added to the new moon sacrifice. All right? So it's no different, completely different sacrifice. It's just adding a bullock. And of course, both of them can be complementary. Now, the counting of days began on the first day and ended on the Shabbat. That's what we're going to look at now. The counting began on the first day and ended on the Shabbat. Genesis 1 verse 5. Again, let me just tell you, we are not saying we know everything with this thing or we have everything all figured out. No, we are learning, but we are telling you what we have seen and what we have found to be out. All right? Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Genesis 1 verse 5.
And Yahuwah called the lights day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahuwah said, let there be a firmament in the midst
Okay, I did this already. I don't know what it's doing here. Sorry, we have a lot to go through. We did this already. All right. No, should I do that? No, let's go. So the Sabbath ended the 7-day week, ending with the Sabbath. Genesis 1:31. Want to show you because there are some people now in their calculation, they have the week being 8 days. Some week being 4 days, some being different days. What we're going to do again, we're going to show you the sevens, the number 7. Genesis 1:31.
And Yahuwah saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the 6th day.
Then go over to Genesis 2 verse 1 now and see what happened.
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them.
They were finished, they were done. And what happened?
And on the 7th day Yahuwah ended his work, which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made.
The 7th day, the number 7. And then what happened?
And Yahuwah baraked the 7th day, and sanctified it, because because that in it he had rested from all his work which Yahuwah created and made.
All right, he rested from all his work on the seventh day. So the week is a seventh day. Let's look at the meaning of week. I'm going to go to the Blue Letter Bible. Let's go to the meaning of week, because there are some people who, some of their so-called weeks are 8 days. Let me tell you something, that is no week. A week cannot be 8 days, because a week comes from the root word, which means 7. Everything to do with week is 7, 7, 7, 7s. If you go and search through the root word right down, you might go 3, 4 levels. It's all about 7s. If it's not 7, it's not a week. Let's go. Where am I again? Sorry about that.
YouTube?
Huh?
No, it's okay. I'll do it.
Oh. Where was I again? Meaning of week, all right. So that goes to which? Genesis 29:27. Genesis 29:27. Read Genesis 29:27, please.
And thou shalt sanctify the...
No, Genesis 29:27.
29.
Fulfill her week.
Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me, yet 7 other years.
7 other years. So here the word week. I'm gonna look at the meaning. Popular past part of 87650 as denominative of 87651. Week, the meaning of week. 7. Period of 7 days or years. Heptad. Week. All of that is 7s. Period of 7 days. A week. Feast of weeks. Heptad. 7 of years. Now, if you go to the root of what is it says, H7650, 87650 is Shabbat, and Shabbat means to swear, adjure, sworn, to swear, to take an oath, to swear, to curse. A primitive root properly to be complete. To 7 oneself. To 7 oneself. That is, swear by repeating a declaration 7 times. We're showing you that the week has everything to do with 7. 87651. Sheba, that's another one of the roots. And it is 7, 7th, 17, 7 times, 17, 17, 7, 7, 7 men, 7-fold, 17, 17, 17, 7. If it is not 7, it is not a week. So, the people who are coming up with an 8th day, they are wrong. And we have an article on our website explaining, using the account of David and Jonathan to show that the Shabbat was not on the 8th day of the start of the month. It was on about the 6th day. You can check that out. We have an article entitled The Calendar, justaword.org/calendar, and you have several articles there that will explain some of the things we are saying. Now, there are year weeks, weeks of years that we just saw, and there are also year weeks. Jubilees chapter 50, verse 4. Jubilees 50, verse 4. Read it, please.
Wherefore I have ordained for you the year weeks, and the years and the jubilees. There are 49 jubilees from the days of Adam until this day, and 1 week and 2 years. And there are yet 40 years to come for learning the commandments of Yahuwah, until they pass over into the land of Canaan, crossing the Jordan to the west.
The year weeks he's speaking about is the sevens of years, and 7 times 7, the Jubilee, is 49. So 7-year weeks will give us the Jubilee. Now we hear about the week of years. Jubilees 23 verse 8. It's hard for me to maneuver here. Jubilees 23 verse 8. Let me see if I can catch it here, please. All right. Go ahead.
And he lived 3 jubilees and 4 weeks of years, 175 years, and completed the days of his life, being old and full of days.
All right, you can stop there. 3 jubilees and 4 weeks of years. Weeks of years is 7, 7, 7, 7s, people. And if you check that out, we don't have the time to check it out. I calculated it before. 49 plus how many jubilees? He said 3?
3 jubilees.
I think it's 3 times 49 plus 4 7s, 28, something like that. 4 weeks of years. Yes, so 3 49s is 3 9s, so it comes to 175. All right. So now we come to the big one now, 7-day weeks. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 35. 7-day weeks. Because we have to establish that a week is 7 days. 2nd Esdras 7, verse 35. Did I say that?
2nd Ezra 7:35.
6:35, sorry. Because I know that. 2nd Ezra 6:35. Go ahead.
And it came to pass after this, that I wept again, and fasted 7 days in like manner, that I might fulfill the 3 weeks which he told me.
All right, so we know before that it's 7 days, 7-day fasting that Ezra did. 7 days, 3 weeks, 3 sets of 7s. He fasted. Let's go to another one. Enoch. Enoch 78 verse 3. Enoch 78 3. Jubilees. Enoch 78 3. All right, go ahead, please. Let me catch it.
These are the 2 great luminaries, whose orbs are as the orbs of heaven, and the dimensions of both are equal.
No, that's the wrong one. Can't be. All right, go to Jubilees 3:11. I don't know. That one is wrong. It's the wrong one. Go to Jubilees 3:11.
And for this reason,
Oh, hold on. Let me try to get it. All right, go ahead.
and for this reason,
Oh,
the commandment is written on the heavenly tablets in regard to her that gives birth. If she bears a male, she shall remain in her uncleanness 7 days, according to the first week of days. And 33 days shall she remain in the blood of her purifying. And she shall not touch any sanctified thing,
hold on.
nor
Which one did I say?
Jubilees 3:11.
Oh, just 11. In the case of for female child, she shall remain in her uncleanness 2 weeks of days. That is how much for us? 14 days. According to the first 2 weeks, and 66 days in the blood of her purification, and they shall be in all 80 days. So how do we get 80? 66 plus 2 weeks. Isn't that so? 2 weeks of days. So the weeks of days would be 14. 14 plus 66 equals 80. That means a week is 7 days. All right. Now we go to the year, because the day is ruled by the sun, and the year is also ruled by the sun. Let me just say something on this. Year is comprised of 52 weeks. All right. The basic foundation is the day. The day is the foundation, which is ruled by the superior luminary. A day is made up of 7, a week is made up of 7 days. So, to get what rules the week must be what rules the day, because it's 7 days make a week. So, whomever or whatever rules the day also rules the week. Rules the week. Now, the year is made up of 364 days. That means whomever rules the days rules the week. Okay? But the difference is the month. And we're going to look at that. The sun has its own month and the moon has its own month. But the moon's month is used to rule the feasts. And the moon is used to rule the months. Okay? So the sun has the day, the sun has the week, the sun has the year, partially has the month because the sun has its own month, but the moon is allowed to rule for signs, for seasons, and as a part of a timing system where it validates the time and keeps the time intact. All right? But people today want to take the moon and rub out the superior luminary, as we have done in so many things that we do. Pardon? Yes, appointments. Yeah, and that is the feast. So the year is comprised of 52 weeks of 7 days. Jubilees 6, verse 30. I'm sorry I did not write the number of the page. I'm finding it very difficult to catch it. Jubilees 6, verse 30. Continue.
And all the days of the commandment will be 52 weeks of days, and these will make the entire year complete. Thus it is engraved and ordained in the heavenly tablets.
Continue.
And there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year, or from year to year.
Mm-hmm.
And command you, the children of Yasharal, that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days. And these will constitute a complete year, and they will not disturb its times, from its days and from its feasts, for everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feast.
It has to be 364, but the significance of the 364 being the year, it says in verse 30, 52 weeks of days. So 52 weeks is 52 times 7, which is equal to 364 days. And that has to be what the year is constituted of. You have calendars that they are making that are different days, 354, 3 whatever, and then they add and intercalate. That is wrong. It has to be 364, because in verse 31, and there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year. In other words, there is no year that can go below or above 364. Not one. Let me read it again. And there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year. And command you, the children of Yasharal, that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days, and these will constitute a complete year. And they will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts, for everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feasts. Verse 33, read it please.
But if they do neglect and do not observe them according to this commandment, then they will disturb all their seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order. And they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances. And all the children of Yasharah will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Shabbats, and they will go wrong as to all the order of the years.
So this is what has happened to us. We are in one bit of a quandary, which is why when we are doing this broadcast, we can't even tell you confidently that we have it figured out. Yes? We have been brought by the sins of our fathers into a position in which we are lost, really. And what we are trying to do is to find. We are like blind men searching in the dark. So all we can do is try to figure out what the word says and try to figure out the best way that we can find the days. All right? So you won't hear us boasting about we have this thing. This is sometimes like finding a needle in a haystack. All right. So, yeah, we spoke about this already. The sun rules the day and the weeks, and hence the Sabbath. Now, the Shabbat is computed based on 7 days, weeks. And we looked at that already as well. When we looked on Genesis, and we said on the 7th day, Allah ended his work, and he rested on the 7th day. All right? So, in Exodus 31, when he spoke about the Shabbat, let's go to verse 15, 16 to 17. He spoke about the Shabbat being a perpetual covenant. A perpetual covenant, that means one that never ever expires, never ever changes. Read it, please.
17.
15 to 17.
6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Shabbat of rest. Kadosh to Yahuwah. Whosoever doeth any work in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Yasharal shall keep the Shabbat, to observe the Shabbat throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Yasharal forever.
For when?
Forever.
Forever. So that 7-day continuous thing there. And people say, why? What evidence do you have that this Sabbath was unchanged and continuous? This is it. For a perpetual covenant. And it is a sign between Yahuwah and the children of Yasharal forever. And he tells us why. For in
6 days Yahuwah made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed.
And that continuous cycle has not been broken. And we're going to look at something to do with that as well. So remember that in the end, we will be returning to Zion in a perpetual covenant. Go to Jeremiah 50 verse 3. This is what's going to happen in the end. So right now, in the very end, he said the Sabbath is a perpetual covenant. We are going to be seeking out a perpetual covenant. We cannot seek out a perpetual covenant with the Most High unless we are part of his perpetual covenant of the Shabbat. We cannot be offline at all. Jeremiah 50 verse 3.
For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make a land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast.
Mm-hmm.
In those days, in that same time, saith Yahuwah, the children of Yasharal shall come, they and the children of Yehuda together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek Yahuwah their allure,
This is the time that we're in now. Verse 5.
and they shall ask the way to Zion, with their faces thitherward, saying, Come, and let us join ourselves to Yahuwah in a perpetual
Perpetual covenant.
that shall not be forgotten.
A perpetual covenant. Sabbath was a perpetual covenant. Now that we are lost, we were lost and we're in captivity, we are returned to the covenant. The we are going back to the covenant. All right? But the anti-messiah Ruach at the time of the fourth beast. We just showed you the perpetual covenant that is in our time. This also is happening in our time. Daniel chapter 7, 23 to 27. It's the same anti-messiah Ruach. Daniel 7, let me get it, please. Daniel 7, 23. The fourth beast, this is the day that we're in. We have done several teachings telling you, explaining about the fourth beast and showing the fourth beast that has risen up on this earth, the same beast that is causing all this problem in this earth, the same beast that gave the mark, the same beast that is now looking to give the number of his name, this same beast, it is the time that we're in. And that is why we have the rise of this new time system in this world. Daniel 7:23.
Thus he said, The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
This is right now. Because if we go to Revelation 13, let's go to Revelation 13, 4 to 5, the same thing, the times and a half a time when he's wearing down the saints. Let's go there because we know that we are in Revelation 13 and 14 at this moment. Let's go there and then we'll go back to Daniel. Revelation 13 verses 4 and 5. Read it, please.
And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
That is times, and half a times. 40 and 2 months, times, and half a times, 3.5 years. Go to verse 7 and see what he will do with the saints, as it says in the book of Daniel.
And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, and tongues, and nations.
This we tell people, and people, I don't know if people believe us. This is the anti-messiah Ruach that has come with this time system. Do not be caught up in it. Let's go back to the book of Daniel. Go back to verse 25.
And the 10 horns.
No, 25. And he shall speak.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Continue.
But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end.
Louder, please. Yeah.
Louder?
Yeah, because or closer to this. Go ahead.
And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. Here too is
All right. So some of the saints will be gobbled up by him, but some of them will prevail. All right. So, as we're speaking about the Shabbat, one of the things that people say is, how do you know that Saturday is a Shabbat? I don't know. People come up with all sorts of different things, all different theories. It's like there's a spirit that just wants them to run away from the Shabbat, and they come with all different things. One of the things is, how do you know that Saturday was the Shabbat? Now, in several languages, primary languages and secondary languages, the name for Saturday is the Shabbat. In our article, Lunar Shabbat Debunked, we gave examples of when the Romans went to fight against the children of Yasharal, how they described Saturn's Day, which is Saturday, as the day in which the children of Yasharal kept the Sabbath. Same day that they kept as Saturn's Day and worshipped Saturn, they said that that was when the children of Yasharal kept their Shabbat. And these were records from some of the generals who were fighting at the time. You can check that out. But, yeah, so one of the things about the Sabbath is there about, how many people they say? About 20 something percent of the population of the world that in their language variations of Sabbath. For Saturday, like Arabic, it's as Sabt, Armenian Shabbat. Yeah, all over the world. Shabbat, Sudan, Somalia, Malta, Poland, Indonesia, all over the world. Variations of Shabbat for Saturday. All right, that I believe is, yes, Sabado. Yeah, that I believe is very significant. In that, in the book of Acts, it tells you that there were Jews from all nations of the world, all over the world. Back in the days, just like today when you have mass migration of people, our people, wherever they went, they set up synagogues. Yeah? So everyone knew, in all the different nations, they knew the Sabbath. That is why in the book of Acts chapter 15, when they were asking about what should they do with the Gentiles, and they say, we shall tell them to keep away from fornication and from blood and from strangled, because Moses has them preached in all the synagogues, wherever the Gentiles are. All right, so they knew the Shabbat from years ago. But anyway, the months belong to the moon. Jeremiah, oh, what is it doing there? That's the wrong thing that I have there. The months belong to the moon. That should be Sirach 47. Go to Sirach 47, please. I'm trying to get a Sirach 47. Let me get it on the screen, please. Go ahead. No. Sirach 43. Must be 43. Verse 6. Start from verse 5.
Great is Yahuwah that made it, and at his commandment runs hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. For the moon is from the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreases in her beauty, in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the expanse of heaven.
All right, so from the moon is a sign of feast. And the moon, the month is called after her name. Let me go back down. Where was I again? All right. So there are some people that say that the moon does not mean month in the Bible, and so they do not have anything really to do with the moon. So their calendar is just based totally on the sun. So they will tell you about Iraq and Kodesh. Iraq and Kodesh. Deuteronomy 33:14.
And for the precious fruits
Brought forth
by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon.
Put forth by the moon. And the meaning of moon there is Yerak, from an unused root of certain signification, a lunation, that is month. Month, moon. So you're going to see the meaning of moon there is synonymous with month, and the meaning of month is interchanged with moon. Haggai 1 verse 15.
In the 24th day of the 6th month, in the 2nd year of Darius the king.
So that word month there is Kodesh, which means the new moon, by implication a month, monthly, new moon. So both of them have to do with the moon. Now, when you say like the 6th month, it's actually speaking about the 6th appearance of the new moon, the moon's month. That's what it's speaking about. So the moon is the moon, but the month is the duration of the phase of the moon. So let's look at the first month of the year. The first month of the year, Shemot 13:3, Exodus 13 verse 3.
And Moshe said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of the hand of Yahuwah,
By the strength of hand.
and by the strength of hand,
No, thee.
for by strength of hand of Yahuwah brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten.
Continue.
This day came ye out in the month Abib.
In the month Abib. In the month Abib. That was when you came out. This is the first month. And the word Abib meaning to be tender, fresh, young barley ears. Month of ear forming, of greening of crop. So Abib is spring. Abib is when the children of Yahshua went out, but it also is spring when things start to spring back. And that spring is right here with us. We have just a couple days away from spring here and the beginning of the year here. So this Abib is the first month that was given in Mitzrayim, in Egypt. Exodus 12, verse 1. The first month given in Egypt. Now, what we're going to do, we have an audio called When It's Passover Season, and we have input part of that teaching here. But I think we need to show people here, most people would not have seen that, in which we show you that the timekeeping must be done from in the land. You have to find the land and know when the time is in the land. The land is not in that place called Israel. The land is not in the north. Time is not kept from the north. The land is in the south of this world, so the time is flipped over, because we have people keeping at this time Feast of Trumpets. I want to tell you, people, with all respect to you, that is error, and we're going to show you. That is disrespecting Zion, and we're going to show you that as well. You have to seek out the Most High's ways. You don't get up and just pick up the road and say, okay, he said in Abib, oh, Abib, here is March. No, you have to find the land. You have to seek out the land. The Most High said, and ye shall seek me and find me when you shall search for me with all your heart. You got to search with all your heart. Because we too were deceived following those timekeeping in the north until we came here and the Most High revealed to us so many different things. We realized that we were in error. Anyway, let's go to Shemot 12 verse 1.
And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
So he spoke to him in the land of Mitzrayim, in the land of Egypt. Why? What is significant in the land of Egypt? Because Egypt kept a different time. The Most High was giving them his perfect time in the land of Egypt. Verse 3.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Yasharel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
All right. So he needed to tell them in Egypt, this is where time starts. Why? So that they can keep the feast. The feast can only be kept if you keep the time that the Most High gave to Moses. Verse 5.
Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep, or from the goats, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month.
Of the same month. Same means the exact month. Continue.
And the whole assembly of the congregation of Yasharel shall kill it in the evening.
So you have people who will keep the Passover in March. The northern part of the world, everyone will tell you, Passover is in March, Passover is in March. Does the Most High change these ordinances? That is the question. Does the Most High change these ordinances? Jeremiah 31, verse 35.
Thus saith Yahuwah, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
For a light by when?
By night.
By night. The sun for a light by day. That is the ordinance that does not change. The sun will always rule the day, and the moon will always rule the night. That is the ordinance that does not change. Continue.
Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahuwah Sabaoth is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahuwah, then the seed of Yasharel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So the Most High swears, never, never, ever, ever will these cease from being an ordinance before me. Yeah? The sun will always rule the day, and the moon will always rule the night as long as the nation of Yasharal exists. Very, very serious words from the Most High. Verse... No, that's it. Yeah. Okay, that was an error. Now remember that when we were sent into captivity, we were blinded, serving other Elohim in their feasts. Deuteronomy 28, verse 28.
Yahuwah shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
So this is what happened to us. When we were brought into slavery, they gave us the religion of Christianity. And with Christianity came Sunday worship. This is what they gave us in Christianity. Now, this was the changing of times and laws from way back then. Now when we wake up now and we realize that we had been hoodwinked, we turn to the 7th-day Sabbath. And Satan says, no, I'm going to invent another Sabbath for you. And so he has invented another Sabbath to add to the confusion. Verse 36.
Yahuwah shall bring thee, and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
So that's what happened to us. We serve the gods that were given to us in our captivity. But when we awaken, we have to focus on the land and we have to focus on Yerushalayim. And that is when he will forgive us. 2 Chronicles 6, verse 36 to 39.
2 Chronicles 6.
Verse 36 to 39.
If they sin against thee, for there is no man which sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them over before their enemies, and they carry them away captives unto a land far off, or near. Yet if they bethink themselves in the land whither they are carried captives, and turn and pray unto thee in the land of their captivity, saying, We have sinned, we have done amiss, and have dealt wickedly. If they turn to thee with all their hearts, and with all their soul in the land of their captivity, whither they have carried them captives, and pray toward their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers, and toward the city which thou hast chosen, and toward the house which I have built for thy name.
Hold on there. Pray toward the city, which is Jerusalem, and towards the house, towards the temple which was built. Focus has to be on the land. It must be on the land. Pray toward the city and pray towards the house. Then if we do that, then it says in verse 39, then, verse 39,
Then hear thou from heaven, from the heavens, even from thy dwelling place, their prayer and their supplications, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people which have sinned against thee.
oh boy, this thing here, trouble again. Yeah, light on, so it's trouble. All right. If you hear this thing shut off, we have a problem with this laptop here. So we might have to restart a part 2. All right, so if we pray toward the city and toward the house, then he will hear from heaven. Another thing is that the nations will keep the Feast of Tabernacles, not in their own time or in their own land, but by the time kept in the land. Zechariah 14, verse 16. The nations will keep the Feast of Tabernacles in the land. Go ahead, please.
And so shall be the plague of the horse, and of the mule, of the camel, and of the donkey, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents, and this plague. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, Yahuwah Sabaoth, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
All right. All the nations which came against Jerusalem